Days of Our Lives spoilers, September 29th. Another ominous warning for Marlena. Days of Our Lives spoilers. A chilling prophecy threatens to shatter Marlena's reality once more. Salem, IL, September 29th. The crisp autumn air in Salem carries more than just the scent of falling leaves and pumpkin spice. For Dr. Marlena Evans, a revered pillar of the community, it carries a familiar, bone-deep chill, the premonition of a storm gathering on the horizon of her soul. As September wanes, Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that the esteemed psychiatrist is about to be confronted with another ominous warning, one that threatens to unravel the very fabric of her hard-won peace and plunge her back into a nightmare she thought was buried in the past. The specter of possession, a chapter so dark and defining it forever altered the landscape of Salem history, has never fully left the collective consciousness of its residents. For Marlena, it is a scar tissue over her spirit, a testament to a battle fought and won against unspeakable evil. But in Salem, evil has a habit of not staying dead. It simply changes its face. This time, the threat does not arrive with the theatrical flair of a black cloak or the guttural voice of the devil. It is far more insidious, slithering into her world through the most vulnerable of cracks, her family. The warning, a whisper in the sanctuary. Spoilers for the week of September 29th indicate that the catalyst for this new terror will be a seemingly innocuous encounter. John Black, Marlena's stalwart protector and the love of her life, is preoccupied with a burgeoning corporate crisis at Dimera Enterprises. A tangled web of power plays involving a newly resurgent Stefan Dimera and the ever-unpredictable EJ. This temporary distraction leaves a sliver of space for darkness to seep in. The warning is delivered not to Marlena directly, but through a conduit, her granddaughter, Allie Horton. Allie, who has been grappling with her own demons and the challenges of single motherhood, finds herself drawn into the orbit of a new, enigmatic figure in town. This individual, whose motives are shrouded in ambiguity, has taken a peculiar interest in Allie's son, baby Henry. In a tense scene set in Horton Town Square, the stranger, whose name is yet to be revealed, approaches Allie. He is not menacing in appearance. He is calm, almost serene, which makes his words all the more terrifying. "Your grandmother carries a light," he tells Allie, his voice a low, hypnotic murmur. But light casts the deepest shadows. The vessel that was once open can never be fully sealed. They are watching. They are waiting for the alignment to weaken. Disturbed and confused, Allie recounts the conversation to Marlena at the townhouse, dismissing it as the ramblings of a new age weirdo. But Marlena freezes. The color drains from her face. The specific phrasing, the vessel, the alignment, echoes esoteric texts and forgotten lore from her own research into her traumatic past. It is language that should be unknown to a random stranger on the street. This is not a random encounter. It is a message, and it is meant for her. Echoes from the abyss. Is the devil back? The immediate question on every fan's mind is the most terrifying one. Is the devil himself returning to Salem? While a full-blown reprisal of the 1990s possession storyline seems unlikely in the same form, the show's writers are masterfully playing with the concept's iconography and psychological impact. This new threat appears to be more nuanced, more cult-like. Hints suggest that this enigmatic stranger may be the harbinger for a group, a modern-day coven, or a secret society that venerates the concept of the demonic and sees Marlena not as a victim, but as a totem. To them, her survival of the possession did not defeat the evil. It consecrated her as its ultimate host. They believe a part of it still resides within her, a dormant ember waiting for the right breath to reignite into an inferno. Marlena's own psyche becomes the battleground. In the days following the warning, she begins to experience fleeting, disorienting moments. A reflection in a mirror that isn't her own. A whisper on the wind when she's alone in her office. A nightmare so vivid it leaves the scent of sulfur on her waking consciousness. Are these the psychological manifestations of post-traumatic stress triggered by the stranger's words? Or are they something more? The genius of this new storyline is its ambiguity, says a source close to the production. Is Marlena truly being targeted by a new external evil, or is her own mind, the very tool she has used to heal others, turning against her? We're forcing her, and the audience, to question what is real. A family on the brink. The ripple effect of this ominous warning threatens to destabilize the entire Evans Black Horton clan. John Black. When John learns of the encounter, his protective instincts will shift into overdrive. Spoilers indicate a fierce confrontation between John and the mysterious stranger, where John will issue a stark, no-holds-barred threat. But his classic brute force approach may be useless against an enemy that operates on psychological and spiritual planes. His frustration and fear for Marlena will test his marriage as he struggles to fight a phantom. Belle and Sean Douglas, the Brady Black children, now adults with their own tumultuous lives, are pulled back into the orbit of their mother's trauma. Belle, a lawyer, will want to pursue legal avenues, restraining orders, investigations. Sean, as a former cop, will side with John's more physical approach. Their differing reactions create a familial friction, highlighting how the past continues to dictate their present. Eric and Sloane. Even Eric, who has found a fragile happiness with Sloane, is drawn into the maelstrom. His deep faith and his own history with loss make him a unique source of solace for Marlena, but it also puts him directly in the path of whatever darkness is approaching. Sloane, ever the pragmatist, will be the voice of skepticism, urging everyone to see a con artist rather than a supernatural threat, creating a compelling dynamic of science versus faith within the family unit. A larger conspiracy in Salem? Could this targeted warning against Marlena be part of a larger, more sinister game being played in Salem? The timing is suspect. With the Dimera Empire in flux and constant power struggles between the Dimeras, the Kyriakises, and the remnants of the Titan conglomerate, chaos is a valuable commodity. What better way to create chaos than to attack the heart of the establishment? Marlena Evans is a symbol of stability, sanity, and morality in a town often devoid of it. By destabilizing her, this new force could be aiming to create a domino effect, weakening John Black and distracting key players at a critical juncture. Furthermore, the stranger's knowledge is too specific. It suggests he has access to confidential histories, perhaps even the private journals of the late Father Francis, who aided in Marlena's exorcism. This points to a conspiracy with deep roots and intimate knowledge of Salem's darkest secrets. A heroine's resolve. Despite the creeping fear and the unsettling echoes of her past, spoilers hint that this is not the same Marlena who was victimized decades ago. This is Dr. Marlena Evans, a woman who has faced the devil and won. She is a grandmother, a mother, a wife, and a healer. Her strength is now born of experience. In a powerful scene teased for the end of the week, Marlena stands alone in her dimly lit study, the Bible from her original exorcism sitting on her desk. She doesn't open it with trembling hands. Instead, she places her palm flat on its cover, her expression not one of fear, but of grim determination. "I have spent a lifetime healing the wounds that others inflict," she says to the empty room, her voice steady. "I will not be a victim to my history again. If they are coming for me, they will find I am not the same woman they think I am." This sets the stage for an epic battle, not of holy water and crucifixes, but of will, wisdom, and the unbreakable bonds of family. Marlena may be the target, but she will not fight alone. The people of Salem will once again be forced to choose sides as a shadow from the past reaches out to claim its most prized vessel. One thing is certain, the days ahead in Salem will be filled with more than just romantic entanglements and corporate intrigue. They will be a chilling test of faith, a descent into psychological terror, and a powerful reminder that some scars never truly fade. They simply wait for the right moment to be reopened.